Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Once again, welcome to the delayed flight. Can we have some fresh air, maybe? Nice, I think we can. This is where we landed last time, in Warsaw. And not a long time ago, I received a question that I want to answer from a friend of the channel about the drone camera. And as you know, whatever has to do with the drone camera settings is one of my favorite issues here in this channel. So, cold and dark, isn't it? We have the 777-200 at the moment. Actually, we have the freighter, the 777-200 freighter. And a friend of a channel asks a question in this clip, MSFS 2020, stairs, how to go up and down stairs. So Mr. Vaidors, our friend, I think he's French and has a very interesting channel. You may have a look at his channel. Has a very interesting channel. I had a look. And I wish I had his simulator. I mean, I really wish I had his simulator. Anyhow, I wish him all the best and happy flights with this wonderful machine that he has. So, the question of Mr. Vaidors is the following. Hello, could you help me because choosing R and W doesn't work for me. Which are these functions in MSFS 2020? Move up and move down. No, it is move up and forward, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm sure about it. So, I'm very glad about this question, a very interesting question, and actually, as I said, it is one of my favorite topics, whatever has to do with the camera settings. So, as far as I understood, Mr. Vaidors couldn't set up these two particular cameras. I think it is needless to say, for you who follow the channel, that now we just started the game, isn't it? I pressed fly and this is what we see in the beginning, isn't it? Our plane inside the cockpit. So the first move that you do always is to press insert. And this brings you to the drone camera mode. And these are the basic controls of the drone camera. I will not repeat the same things, but I will just answer the question of our friend. And of course here now you can navigate everywhere. So as far as I understood, the problem of our friend concerns these two cameras, R and W. So that means, okay, R is up, isn't it? F is down, R, F, and also W, which is forward, and S is backwards. Actually, to me it is a little bit strange how the rest of his cameras do work properly. At any time, you can press 5 to return to the default mode. So let us focus on these two cameras, R, up, isn't it? And W, forward. Needless to say also that these commands, I mean A, S, D, F, R, W, and S are the most important commands in the drone camera mode. So, let us have a look at these two concerning W and R, letter W and letter R on the keyboard. In general, these are the most essential things concerning the cameras, the drone camera, and actually you must spend some time in order to get used to the controls as we do right now, and this is sine qua non, something that you cannot live without it with the MSFS flight simulator. It is something that you must know. You must know how to control externally the camera views, and this is exactly what we do right now. So how do we find these controls? A, S, D, F, W, S, R, and G. Again, I pressed 5 to go back to the default mode. Escape, isn't it? You go controls. And here actually you have everything. And I would strongly suggest you to have this one exactly as a startup. The menu of the controls to be exactly as you see it here. I mean, you must press all the arrows down, and so you have the whole picture. Now, we're talking about letter R and letter W. And I also want to say this, that many times you hear during my clips exactly what I'm doing. So many times I mention the controls that I use. So every time you have a question about a keyboard setting, you go here. You choose keyboard, of course, isn't it? You don't choose mouse or joystick, isn't it? And if you have a profile, you choose the profile that you are using. For instance, here this is a profile that I created, so I use keyboard profile number 1. So it goes. You go to search by name here. Our friend asks where he will find these two keystrokes, R and W, and you just press here capital R. This is just an example actually, okay? So in general, I suppose these are all the controls that have letter R, okay? So if you go down slowly, here it is. Here it is. I found you and I will not lose you. I found you. Here it is. So the control is this one here, isn't it? Translate drone up. Okay? This is the command in order to translate drone up, letter R. And about W, the command is translate drone forward. So you must put, I mean my friend Vaidorj, or Vaidorj, whatever you prefer, must find these two commands. And actually, if you see here, this is quite useful because here you can see all this control, A, S, D, F, W, S, R, and G, where they are, isn't it? Here they are, all these controls. So if you want to make your life easier and not only concerning R and W, translate drone up and translate drone forward, this is a good opportunity to change your controls and to put these ones. It is quite easy. Actually, I think most of them are the default controls. It is quite easy, and if you are careful and you keep some notes, as I always used to say, you can find where these controls are. Okay, so the most easy way is this one. We close this window, and now again we search by name, and actually we type translate here. Okay, this is the easiest way, and you type translate, and here we have all the commands that include the word translate. Here it is. And actually we found where all these commands belong. They belong to the drone camera. This is the point. They belong to the drone camera. So my friend Vaidorj must find the drone camera, and we will show how this can be done easily. All these are in pairs. This is important. For instance, translate drone up, R, and here we see translate drone down, F. Translate drone right, D, and translate drone left, A. Translate drone forward, W, and translate drone backwards is this one here, S. They are all in pairs. Okay, so in our example, you go here, R, you press here. Shall I make the example? Okay. I suppose it is empty to you or to my friend Vaidorj. So you go here, you put your cursor here, and you type R. Okay? Never mind if it is used somewhere else. Validate. R. Validate. Here it is. Actually, I repeated the same procedure, isn't it? The same way you can go for F. This is drawn up and F is drawn down. Here it is. If you want to continue with the setup, you go here. I will not do this again, okay? You delete whatever is here and then you type F. You just type the letter and the letter will appear as a capital letter. Okay, so I press cancel. And the same way you continue, let's say, with left and right. Let's say here, you delete whatever is here, and don't forget to press validate. And that's all. I would press cancel. I think it is not a coincidence that Microsoft Flight Simulator selected ASDF, because ASDF, you know, it is, say, one of the most famous keyboard strokes on the keyboard. It is done only in order to make your life easier, and I repeat once again, these are the default commands. So it is good to have this setup exactly as you see it here. And don't forget, of course, to press apply and save. Okay. So now if we go back and I press resume, you see R goes up, F goes down, W, S. Left, right. Okay. Now, if you are, let's say, more interested about those things and you want to set up your own commands and to have a more thorough look, you can go here. You go to assistance. Is it? No, it is not. It is not assistance. It is control. I'm stupid. So you go here. Don't forget that you choose keyboard, not mouse or your joystick, whatever you have, whatever controller you have. And if you have this setup, all these commands exist under the camera mode here. So now you open the menu. I have closed all the menus as you see, isn't it? And this is exactly what you want to find. Here is the heart, I would say, of the drone camera. Here are all the commands, and there are also other commands which are extremely useful. But anyhow, you just go to drone camera, and if you want to adjust also other commands, because not all the commands here are adjusted. I did it. This is really great. I managed to adjust all the commands. Yeah, this is good. I'm really glad about it. So, isn't it? We're here. Here is the drone camera, and actually we see all these important commands together, isn't it? RD, ASDF, whatever, WFS, and so on. This is also very helpful. Letter C, I have said many times what letter C is about, but if you're interested, please let me know. Maybe now it's not the time. So, in order to conclude, not only for my friend Vaidorj, but for any one of you who are interested to know which commands I use and how you can adjust them in your simulator, you just go here in the beginning and you just search by name, isn't it? In our example was letter W. Here it is. This was the command that my friend Vaidorch couldn't adjust. And if you want to search for letter R, you just type R. And here are all the commands that include letter R. Here it is, you see. This is the easy way, and if you want to be more precise, you can as well close all the arrows. Actually, you can as well close all the menus and set the arrow down, exactly as you see here. I will show you this because it is important. This must be your default setup. You see. And whenever you have some spare time, go to this page and have a look at the settings. You always find something interesting. You always find something new that you can adjust. You see, exactly as you see here, it is easier to navigate. If we go back to the game, go back, resume, here we are. Dramatic weather in Warsaw Airport. And also, I wanted to say to my friend Vaidor something else which might be useful. We have said these things lots of times, but I think it is quite interesting. Now I'm using the default controls, isn't it? ASDF and so on. Let us not repeat the same things. Okay. So, this is extremely interesting. Yeah, by the way, this move here, it is done with 4, 6, 8 and 2 on the numpad. Okay, let us not return to the main menu. I showed you how this procedure goes. Okay. So something extremely interesting and extremely useful is this one for my friend Vaidors and for every one of you who is interested. In order to accelerate your speed here or to decelerate your speed here, which is extremely useful, of course, you don't have every time to go here because you can do as well the same thing going here to camera. This is not that great. I mean, this is a little bit slow. You can go, of course, to... Here it is. You can go to drone speed and you can change this one each time. But this is a little bit, isn't it? You lose quite some time like this. You can set your drone speed, let's say, here. 250 is the maximum. You see how fast? Or you can reduce the speed like this here. For instance, now it is 4. It will be quite slow. See, now it is slow. Now, a faster way is when you want to use these controls to press simultaneously any of these controls, ASDF, WRF, S, isn't it? Simultaneously any of these controls and F6. This is the way that you accelerate. Please have a look. W and F6. F6. Now I press F6, see? You see? We accelerate, isn't it? All the controls accelerate like this. I turn. Actually, this is a different command. This is rotation. And if I want to decelerate, F5. Tap F5 or press continuously F5. You see, we stopped. Now I go back. S. F6. And when you're satisfied with your speed, you can just let it where it is. This is quite useful. Okay. F6. And if I want to decelerate, F5. Tap F5. Exactly. Until it stops, isn't it? W and F6. You can do exactly the same with R and G, for instance, isn't it? For instance, R and F, yes, R and F, up and down. So R, you see, pressing R and F5, it stopped totally. Now I go down, F, I press F, and simultaneously I press F6. Here it is. And the speed is adjusted for all these commands. I mean ASDF, RFW, and as this is extremely helpful for any one of you who is interested, you can have in mind this tip. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me have a look at my wonderful cat here. A dedicated livery, I have said this lots of times for my channel. F5 and it stops. I tap F6 and at the same time, of course, W, you see, and I increase my speed. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all for now. See here, see, my love is here. Here is my love, here is the Lithuanian Airbus. I cannot believe in such happiness. Here is my beloved Lithuanian Airbus. It is on my main page, this aircraft of Air Baltic. Of course, a little bit, it disappeared. It was not very well parked, isn't it? So, if there is any other question about the drone camera, please let me know. And I'm very glad because this actually was a very interesting and easy question to answer. I hope my friend Vaidorj will arrange now properly his keyboard settings. Ladies and gentlemen, from Warsaw, where we are right now, thank you for watching this clip. Thank you for watching this clip, and me and my cat hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.